guys. OG Merpe, back with you after the big holiday. I hope that all of you had wonderful holidays and got to spend some time with families and at least didn't have to go to work. Uh, I have worked retail for a lot of my life and know that it can really be a drag to have to work for the holidays. But we are not working. We are going to play some D&D, which is like the opposite of work. It takes a little work to get it ready. Excuse me, guys. Give me just 1 second here. Apologies about that. We are going to get right to it. It's been 2 weeks, but our players are getting close to the gatehouse between them and the Crooked Gap, which they need to pass in order to get to the ruins where they know the next piece of treasure lies that they seek. We're going to go ahead and introduce themselves and give us a recap. Let's get to it.
Thank you, Tyler.
All right. What's up, guys? Who's doing recap?
Orc Fight Club.
Orc Fight Club.
Yeah, that's the name of my notes. So that's the title of the recap.
Got you. That's a great title. Are you giving the rest of the recap?
Yes, up until I forget. So we started off the last session in combat. It was like 2 weeks ago at this point. So yeah. Please jump in and correct. We all fought and kicked the orcs' ass, and that's pretty much what we did. Pretty much the whole time. Towards the end there, Kythar, not Scythar. I don't know.
Every time.
Not every time. Kythar starts a fight, an orc fight club. Basically, we all encircle.
He wanted to die with honor, okay?
This one orc that we had restrained, and then I slapped him once before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
That's correct.
And then
Kythar peed on it.
So they got in a squabble. Yes, Yep. And then there was a squabble about, toughness, and of course then they started a fight club, so we all gathered around in a circle and watched them beat the shit out of each other. We ended up victorious, obviously. Found a couple of notes that talked about glory to Asmru, I don't know, whatever. The Saltwing. One said, find a big tree, chop, burn, kill, add rock. Mohara needs meat. And the other one says, pale skins in forest, stay close to base, kill on sight, find shield glory.
And then I don't know how to say the last part of that. Haka?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tahaka.
Tahaka.
Haha.
Oh, both are from Tahaka. Both letters.
I think it's like praise.
No, go ahead.
Something. Praise.
Oh, is that Orcish? Could we identify if it's a name or not, or like a phrase?
The two of you who speak Orcish, it feels like a name.
Okay.
So it's a name.
Capitalized.
And I think we exploited some information about the camp that's further down the valley that we're in.
That I'm really curious about. I really want to know what your party remembers about that conversation.
Yes. So from what I remember is that he was kind of giving us like that bullshit infantry thing, where he's like, "Oh, you can never get past us," blah blah blah. Well, we got a little bit of information out that on the right side of the wall, there is like a gap big enough in the fence that potentially someone could get through, from what I remember. Does that ring a bell for anyone else?
I don't have any of this written down.
That's not the note that I have.
What's the note that you have then?
It's a tall gate. It's made of wood, and we all kind of looked at each other knowing that a wooden gate can be hit by a fireball.
That too. Anybody else remember anything about it? Stover, you were there?
Oh, Arthur doesn't remember squat.
That's fair.
What do your notes say? Did you write anything down?
For whatever reason, he ran out of quill ink that
Gotcha.
session.
Chris, Soto, you remember anything?
No.
No, I do remember what Aaron said, I think.
Okay. Well, sounds like that's what we remembered.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Then just super brief character intros, and we'll pick you guys up where we left you off last time in reverse Discord order, starting with our lovely and wonderful Kythar.
Hi, I'm Kythar.
Hi, Kythar.
Okay.
I play a drunk barbarian in real life and in D&D. I gave last mission or last scene we had. I gave a orc a rifle death fight to the death, as they asked. Yeah, just trying to kill every orc I see on sight, and I'm sticking to it. Myself also too. I am playing another character tonight for our special friend. I am playing Reed the Dweeb. He is
Nice.
a supple 18-year-old boy.
Every time.
I do not like that at all.
Every fucking time.
He said it like he said it a million times.
He's a level 6 paladin who is basically tough as rocks when it comes to taking damage, but stupid as rocks when it comes to thinking of stuff to do. So, I am playing both characters tonight.
Great. Love it. How about Sigbert? Let's hear about him.
I am Sigbert. I am a level 6 fighter. Got 2 swords on my hips. I have a slight grizzle to me, but still look kind of young, but like a young grizzle. And then I've just been kind of
Young
keeping a low
grizzle.
profile. A young grizzle,
Ooh.
not an old grizzle. A young grizzle.
Yeah.
One you can gnaw
more
on.
pepper than salt.
Yeah. But I've just been keeping a low profile, picking up mercenary jobs until I ran into this motley crew, and yep, that's Tehran. I'm Sigbert.
Arthur.
Yep, I'm playing Arthur. Arthur Struva. He's a level 6 gunslinger. He's a human. Used to be a professor. Used to shoot cannons, sight cannons. And now he's off for a family heirloom, and he ran into this motley crew.
Love it. Simone.
Hey, I'm Simone. I'm Anthony, I guess. I play Simone, who is basically a cello elf. He is a summoner with his eidolon Wilb, who is a 2-headed cat creature with electricity and fire coming out of its paws. Wilb is a. Have you guys ever seen What We Do in the Shadows? I don't know if you guys ever seen that. Bill is basically the energy vampire, and Will is a very sassy cat. And that's Simone and Will.
Monzo, you're up next.
So Monzo is a 36-year-old monk. He's a big dude, and he likes to tackle people. He has a crazy belt on, and he likes to eat.
Love it. And a Tesk.
Tesk is an elf who's from the. Oh my god, I'm gonna remember this. The College of the Arcane Arts.
We only go through it
Is that
every
right,
week.
Dave?
You got it right.
I only go through it every week. Eventually, I'll remember it. He escaped or left, depending on how you look at it. From there, he is about like 5'8", 135 pounds, pretty light elf. He's wearing, regular, basic caster gear, robe, all that. But he recently got a fancy new crown that he's rocking. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he likes to read. He's a sorcerer. He casts magic missile up until now, for which I have fireball. So this will be fun.
Sick. You all find yourselves at about 5 o'clock in the evening, knowing that in the middle of spring, you have easily another few hours of sunlight, though beyond that, it will dwindle quickly as you are in this mountainous terrain where your horizon is much higher, and the sun will sink behind these mountains earlier than it would were you in the valley below. Uh, you have just interrogated, and Kythar has just beaten to a pulp one of these orcs. You guys have
He
all.
asked for it.
He did. He did. And that was part of an excellent diplomatic solution on Simone's part. In the process of looking for information out of this orc, he basically was pretty upfront with you guys and was like, "Yeah, I'll tell you what you want to know if you let me die with honor in combat." And Kythar pretty much immediately was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And that was, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Simone the diplomat.
You guys have found these notes and things, which you have alluded to earlier. You know that there are more orcs out there from your conversation with this one, and you find yourselves, you know, free once more to move around later in the afternoon, evening. What would you guys like to do?
Kythar is going to say to the group, "Is like, I'm covered in blood, and some of it's mine. I need some rest."
I'm gonna first walk up to the orc, pull out both of its teeth, and then give it to Kythar, and be like, "Hey, fool, you earned this."
Like, I'm still panting from the fight.
Yeah.
Thanks. And it's like just like literally falls on ass like to the ground.
I'm gonna say I saw a cave, around the bend over there. I wonder if we can stay in it for the night. Did
Give it a
anyone
shot.
else see the cave?
No, we're
I didn't
point to it.
notice it.
And then I'm gonna point in this direction because this is where Will jumped across and stuff like that, so he would have seen all that. Yeah, I'm gonna point in this direction.
Take a look here. Yeah, and there's, and as a reminder, your terrain here is this like unnaturally like steep and sheer cliffs, and you guys were trying to kind of strafe around and were like kept hitting like these ledges essentially, and so.
Mhm.
You guys do have you guys do have some cover, and there are some like indentations in the rock here where you guys could like huddle up against the wall and and have with like an overhang, you'd have most of the shelter that you'd need. A cave is a generous term for what this is, but yeah, there's stony shelters around here for sure.
Mhm. So I'm gonna point over there and be like, it's at least like a place we could, stay off the trail, fool.
You said it's mid-afternoon. Looking
He
around.
said it was about 5.
Yeah.
So he says we have about like a few more hours.
Right. Yeah. Either way, if we're gonna stay here, we should at least hide the orc bodies.
Because he said, from what I understand, from what I remember, he said we were pretty damn close to the base.
That's correct.
So then in that case, it's like, I'm just gonna kind of tell everybody and be like, well, apparently according to this puto over here, I'm gonna point to the body with its teeth ripped out of it, and be like, the base is only like, an hour walk that way. I feel like, we should at least try to rest here, and maybe even get a few hours rest and try to go into the base at night, fools. Just an idea.
David, looking around, is it more of the same, or does the terrain change pretty quickly, or is it Like how far away is the forest?
It's
I guess
more
is
of the
what I'm asking.
same. It gets steeper, and the points get more angular, and the cliffs get more sheer as you go. But it's a lot more of the same. As a reminder, these were like big, like oblong, like pillars, just kind of like sticking and jutting out of the ground. But it like winds, and there's like terrain in the way, so your line of sight is probably only a few hundred feet before you can't see around the next bend kind of situation. But it's a lot of the same.
Got it. Yeah, we could stay here. We definitely need somebody to keep an eye out though.
I don't mind taking watch.
I'm
I
gonna.
can take a shift in that.
I think we should only do a watch for a few hours and then like try to hit the base at nightfall.
Does that give this guy
Yeah.
enough time to heal?
And just for mechanics purposes, you guys have not 24 hours have not elapsed since your last long rest. You guys are eligible for a short rest if you want to take one, but not a long one. You took one too recently.
I'm essentially at half life right now. I'm at 35 HP compared to my 71 normal.
And how much does a half rest give?
It depends
health-wise?
on how many hit dice you guys have left, which is something that you guys track. I know that you guys have taken at least one short rest, like at some point in the past, but I'm not tracking how many days ago that was. You get half of your hit die back on a long rest. So, you guys are level 6. If you use 3 hit die today, when you sleep tonight, you'll get 3 hit die back. That kind of thing. But I don't know how many you have. That's something you guys track.
That is
Yeah.
something I'm not even aware that we tracked.
Well, I mean, you guys
yeah.
have done a short rest before. I mean, you guys have used that mechanic previously in this camp, like a month ago.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
definitely. Let's see.
Either way, I'm gonna start heading over towards that generous name
Generous
for a
term
cave.
for a cave.
Yeah.
You guys can just move your tokens into this like dark section over here.
David, I would like to take time and gather all the bodies and throw them in the big hole that I think Simone made.
Simone's not. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. He did make. I'm sorry. You're right. He did make a big hole. It's not as big as it could be because he did make it from an elevated position. So it like brought it down to ground level and then made kind of like a shallow pit. I think it's like a 2 or 3 foot pit. So you can definitely get them all piled there, but they're gonna be. If you don't plan to do anything else with them, it'll be a little obvious.
Okay, I'll
We're
probably
just gonna start chopping them up.
Is it? Just light them on fire.
I just want to take some pictures.
Could I push sand over them, try to obscure it a bit?
Yeah, I mean, there are other like boulders and things. If you have someone to help you carry like rocks and stuff, and the more people to help you, the faster you can get this done. But yeah, I mean, this is feasible for you, absolutely.
I'll send Will to go help.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
I'll
Will.
go and help.
Okay.
Yeah,
The rest
I'll
of you.
help too, I guess.
I'm about to say the rest.
Can't
Anybody
look
who's
very
not
much.
helping, I just want to know what else you're doing while these guys are moving bodies around.
Gotcha.
I'm literally just sitting down. Probably gonna make a little campfire. No, I should make a campfire. I'm looking for a soft spot on the ground and near the quote unquote cave, and just getting some rest.
Cool.
Reed is helping out with the bodies,
Okay, great.
helping pile this.
Simone will be studying the small effigies with 2 small jewels for eyes. And
Okay.
seeing what that is.
Okay, great. If you would like, you can roll an appraisal for me while you're looking at this.
Okay. So I want to do part of that. I want to do trying to appraise this, and the other part is trying to look on the map to see just more detail about this area, essentially.
Okay.
That I can draw from the map.
Yeah, your map is definitely like loose in this area, but
Yeah.
let me see here. Start with the appraisal check, and then I'll get back to you on the map.
Okay.
What is?
I'm the map.
Arthur doing?
Cleaning his weapons.
Okay. Nice. Awesome. And what? Great. So everybody who is moving bodies, please roll me a perception check.
Okay.
First roll of the night.
I rolled a nat 20. It can only go downhill from here.
You're really gonna know what that thing is worth, man. Whoo, doggy.
20 something.
Uh,
22 for me for Wilb.
22.
Reed is 24.
Great. Monza, what exactly is your 20?
I think it's 23 or 20,
Do you have 9
23.
perception?
I have 10.
And Chris, I saw a roll there.
Mine's 22.
22. Excellent. All in the same ballpark. Each and every one of you that are moving bodies sees that strange, shadowy, winged figure dart between another pair of mountaintops in the distance. You know, no one got an exact look at it because you were all busy with the task at hand, moving bodies, looking for boulders, cleaning up. But it was definitely something that each and every one of you noticed independently as you were moving these bodies around.
As is moving the bodies around, and he's gonna be like, did anybody else see that figure going through the mountaintops?
Yeah, I saw it.
You guys seem pretty relaxed about this new instance.
I mean, we're in the mountains.
Oh, so this is just something that happens in the mountains?
I mean, there's shit in the mountains, I'm assuming.
Hmm.
I mean, there was orcs.
Well, then I guess I'm
There's
a
other stuff.
little bit skittish. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna continue. He's gonna then continue on, just moving all the rocks.
Yep.
How
With the
far away
bodies.
was it?
It was probably like, you know, somewhere between 1 and 3 miles away. You know, maybe less than that, maybe half a mile away. It's hard to tell because without it being close to you, you have no idea how big it is. You just know that you can see it over a large distance, and so it must be large. But
Okay, well,
go ahead.
I would drop the rock that I was using, and I'd like to study it closer. I'll stare at it for a minute.
It was
possible.
definitely only a glimpse. It was definitely only like it was not visible for more than 20 seconds, as it was just kind of like darting from one peak to another. These like jagged stone outcroppings all over the place extends to the larger mountains as well, off in the distance, and so it was only a moment.
I don't like that.
I don't have an NPC with you guys anymore, so this is all you.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna finish up doing that and trying to hide the bodies.
Yep, and you do the best you can. You pile them all up, stack a bunch of rocks and boulders on top of them. Like there's not a lot of loose dirt, but there's a lot of loose gravel from like this spell remnant. Like all the other parts and like the the ledge that had like crumbled down into the pit. All of that rock had to go somewhere, and so you just kind of like moved it back on top, and it's like passable. Anybody who was really poking around would definitely find some bodies here, but in passing, if you were like walking on those upper levels, you probably wouldn't notice it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like camouflage from like just a walk, like someone who's not really paying attention.
Right, but anybody, if they, if you suspect if there was a proper search party which came through here, they might eventually find these guys.
Yeah. And you put it in the hole right outside our cave, Aaron? Right? That's where we put them all?
Yeah, the hole that you made magically.
Yeah. Okay. And then Simone calls from the cave. Hey, I'm gonna I guess, just I'm gonna keep looking at this map over here. I'm all Will, you can you can go back now. And you see like Will like a tear in fabric kind of open, and then Will just kind of walks through it and he disappears.
And then I'm sorry, I
Oh,
never got
well.
back to you for your results on that either. As you're looking at your
Yes.
figure, you can tell that this is like important to the tribe. This is a unique iconography to this clan of orcs specifically, right? You know that that each of the precious gems which reside in the eyes of this figure are worth 50 gold a pop, and that
Okay.
that just if you pop the eyes out and sold them, but the effigy itself, to the right buyer, to a collector, to somebody who was interested in like Orcish culture, maybe someone at the College of Port Saucus or affiliated therein would pay 500 gold for one of these intact, because usually they get broken and busted in battle, and orcs aren't exactly gentle creatures either. So like this is a big deal, but only to a scholar, right? But it's
Yeah.
definitely a big deal. And then as you're looking at your map, you're able to basically pinpoint where you guys are, and you can see that the absolute narrowest part of the bottleneck is about an hour's walk away. And so you're like looking at this map, and you're like thinking back about what that orc had said, and you feel very confident that that was good intel. Like that makes sense. You're like looking at the map. You're like, yeah, that's the narrowest spot I got on my map here. Like that all tracks. And when he was talking about flying, as you guys have been moving through, like I said, you found these ledges, which are just like they're just sheer drops. And you're like, yeah, I mean, if you could fly, you wouldn't care about a sheer drop, but it's probably it's probably next to one of those sheer drops, and that's that would make sense. Like that's all right.
Yeah.
But you don't see another obvious way around it.
And from what I remember, the ruins are behind the pass, right?
Right. Like you guys will have to go through the pass and then travel another couple of days on the other side of it to get to the ruins. Because
Gotcha.
it was about a week's journey total, and you guys have been traveling for, I think this is your third or fourth day on the road.
Yeah.
And you took a pretty major detour one of those days.
Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of be like, looking over the map, and it'd be like, hey fools, like remember, we still got a few days after if we can even get past this base to the fucking ruins. Do you think we can try to get through this without a whole orc tribe trying to kill us?
Why don't you look at the map and find us a shortcut?
This is the shortcut, fool. If you didn't notice on the way here, there's like hella ledges and shit that just go like straight down.
And we can just jump over them. It's not a big deal.
That'll be fun.
You go first then, fool.
I'd like to jump over one.
Monzo like climbs back to the top of one of the pillars that he jumped across this chasm yesterday, and he like jumps back and forth between a couple of the pillars. Say, it's no problem.
Like an anime.
And I'm just gonna kind of rub my eyes. I'm gonna put my goggles up a little bit and like rub my eyes. Unless anybody else has another suggestion.
I'll go down for a short rest as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Professor Struvier, right? Did I say it? Sorry.
You'll see Arthur kind of roll his eyes. Arthur Struva.
Struva, Professor Struva. Do you have any ideas? You said you were in the like fucking army and shit, right?
If we had a cannon, maybe I'd be able to help you. Arthur
You
thinks
must have
back.
learned some sort of tactics, though, right? Like maybe something here that can help us. I mean, it's kind of like like a fort, right? Don't you put those go after forts and shit?
On the coast. Yeah, Arthur's going to refer back to his wonderful seafaring days,
Mm-hmm.
adjusting the angles of cannons and blowing up like the lower ends of forts. I mean,
Always
that's what he's going to
safely
think
at
of.
a distance was Arthur's experience.
Gotcha. I'm gonna be like,
You have any rope?
I think everyone's got rope.
Maybe we can
I've
use.
got some rope.
That might be one idea if we want to climb across some of these rifts. But that's risky.
I'm gonna point at Atesk and be like, "Hey fool, roll up your sleeve really quick."
Why?
I'm gonna just roll up your sleeve really quick.
All right. Roll up my sleeve.
I'm assuming. What's your strength level, Tyler?
13, 11.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I thought it was lower than that. How
Yeah.
do you have? Okay, never mind.
I
So I'm
made,
gonna
I
point
made
at
a
it.
mistake.
What do we see? What do we see?
What do we see?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, and I'm gonna be like,
He's all
oh
scrawny.
shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, oh, he's a little stronger than I thought. I'm on me though, and I'm gonna point at mine because I have a. Come on, load. I have a 7.
Yeah, you don't need to be very strong, Simone.
So I point at my SpongeBob like arms, and I'm gonna be like, do you think I could climb up a fucking rope?
I had weaker guys than you. They were climbing the rafts and all of the getting the gousters and the royals. For
Oh,
those who
yeah.
don't know Navy terms, those are like the high wind sails.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now, fool. I am not made for climbing. I can go through things. I can go around things. I can go over things if I'm not climbing. I can dig.
But Will can climb.
That's right. You can.
Strap you to him.
Just jump.
I mean, like some of us aren't like you, Monzo.
What does that mean?
I mean, some of us can't jump back and forth between pillars like you were just doing, fool.
Yeah. You're
You
so
got
large,
that,
yet you weigh nothing.
I'm big boned.
The way you palm that hill, it was like shit, fool. Either way, can you guys think of any way we can like try to get into this without alerting the whole fucking? Maybe we can do like a distraction. And fool, I'm gonna point at Ateska again. I'm all, do you know any like fireworks and shit?
Fireball? I've got fireball.
You're gonna see Arthur slowly like walk a little further away.
And that would be a good distraction, don't you think?
Yeah, but is there a way we can like fucking pull them out of their base and we can go in?
Get through my book.
I don't know. I'm just like spitballing ideas here. What do you guys got?
Well, we know that something's chasing us over to the west, I think. And I'm gonna point to where we saw the dragon thing in the air going behind.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Well,
know
hold on. Did we see that it was a dragon, or did we just see like a blob?
You saw a large winged silhouette.
that didn't look
Okay.
like a pigeon. Okay, so Monzo will have said that, and then he'll say,
Yeah.
and we know they're after the shield. Maybe we could hide a shield. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
I like the
Yeah.
plan.
I don't like the plan of hiding the shield, fool.
It's not a bad plan.
Well, it's the only other plan we got.
What does Reed think?
Reed's too busy trying to figure out if he can heal Kaithar. He hasn't.
Got it.
I'm gonna be like Sigbert, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Sigbert, do you have any like ideas of what we can do? You were like a mercenary, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, we might, if we get our eyes on the fort, we might be able to come up with something. I think the fire might be good if there's something outside that we can draw them out. Um, Too bad none of us are orcs. We get someone to sneak in and try to do that way. Um,
We could dress up like an orc.
yeah, but I think that they would sniff us out pretty quick.
I know, but if we were outside the fort saying something, they'd have to at least come out and check.
How many of us can speak Orcish?
Just the strongest of us. And then look over at flappy arms, Simone.
Only the strongest of us.
Hey fool, I'm trying, and you're gonna see I'm like obviously trying to flex, and it's just nothing happening.
I just picture you like I look over and you're like doing a pull up, but you know like you can't go all the way. You just like a couple inches up on the side of the rock wall.
I'm gonna be like, but maybe we can like if the fort walls are big enough, maybe we can like start a fire on one side of the wall and try to go to the other side.
Or we just burn the whole fort down.
Jesus Christ, fool!
Yeah.
I mean, that can be Plan B.
Hmm.
Well,
What do you guys think?
yeah, I mean I agree with Sigbert. Maybe we should start heading there, and then when it's in view, we can think of a better plan. We should kind of stay low though, so that the whoever's over there doesn't see us.
All right, we'll wait till later tonight, and then we'll head out. I think we're just probably gonna rest.
Okay.
Yeah, finish
So
our rest.
short rest takes an hour, and I just
We're
want to
probably
know.
gonna be there for a few hours.
I was about to say
We're gonna
so.
wait.
So you
Yeah,
you can pass as much time as you want. It takes a
we're
minimum
going to
of an
wait till
hour,
it's
yes.
yeah. So we're gonna say it's when it's fully dark.
Fully dark. That's probably like 9, 10 o'clock.
Okay, we'll wait till 10.
Cool. If you guys wait till 10, then you guys can roll your hit dice now that you are trying to recover health with. Just mark them off your character sheet somehow locally. I don't know if there's a place to do it in PC Gen. It's probably better just to track it manually anyway.
That's what I do. Yeah, it's just best to track it manually. I do it in a calculator and then just record it on a notepad when
I
I'm done.
figure hit points and hit die are probably the two things you guys should have like hard copies of separate from the program, since it has a tendency to restart that stuff.
Yeah. I'm back at full
And
health.
so question, not a character because I'm literally ignorant to this fact and I can't remember for the life of me. The hit die is the hit die like we use for our damage to other characters based off our weapons, or
No, your hit die is assigned to you. It's unique to you for your class. So if you go to like the PC Gen page for your class, it'll tell you what your hit die is. It's the die that you roll every turn to see how many more hit points you gain.
It's a D12.
There you go.
okay. And we just roll that once.
You roll as many hit dice as you want to burn, depending on how many you have. You only get half of them back on a long rest. So if you spend all, because you're level 6, if you have all 6 and you spend all 6, you'll only get 3 of them back, the next time you sleep. And, not have as many for the next day. But that's totally your prerogative.
All right.
Yeah, you only get 1 hit die per level, right? So
Yeah,
everyone would have
right.
6.
So everybody would
Yeah.
have 6 unless you guys spent more than 3. Because I think you only did that yesterday, your short rest. So if anybody
Yeah,
spent more than 3 yesterday, they wouldn't have all of them back. But
I did not.
I don't
So
know.
32. Okay, so I rolled 4, so
Yeah, so just make a note
all
that
right.
you have 2 hit die as of now, and then next time you guys sleep, that'll bump up to 5 for you, Kythar. Because you'll get 3
Cool.
more.
Sounds good. Yeah, I left a note on here. Hit dice.
Great. Then it is, as you guys, is there anything in particular you guys want to do while you're waiting? Because you have plenty of spare time at this point. If anybody has anything in particular that they'd like to spend their time on, because you guys
I
are
would
basically
say
twiddling your thumbs. Go.
one of the items that I looted. I don't know if it's magical or not. I didn't mark it down that it was. Um, can I still spend time with it, or
Yeah, which item?
a small wooden carved totem of a ferret head?
Yeah, you can spend time just looking at it if you want. It's not specifically magical, but you can spend time looking over the woodwork and just like generally admiring it, for sure. But I will save you a little time mechanically. It appears to be a mundane item.
This is pretty neat. If anybody wants to trade, I got something really cool over here. That's all Monzo will do.
Cool, fair. If not,
uh, yeah.
if nobody else has anything specifically they'd like to do, then you guys can absolutely just kick it, tell jokes, have spitting contests, fucking figure out whose mother was the fattest, and all that shit for the next few hours until 10 o'clock comes. I will. Yeah, yeah. Until 10 o'clock comes, and there are no more shadows, there are no more there's no more light, so anybody who does not specifically have some kind of dark vision, it's going to be difficult for you to see unless you specifically light something, and it's about time to shove off. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go to A-Test and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey fool, I've been kind of thinking about something. You
What?
see,
What
you
was
see,
that?
me and Wilb,
Wilb. Yeah.
we've been, ever since like all this adventuring, we've kind of our bond has gotten stronger, and I realize I can like do more shit with this fool now, right?
All
So
right.
one thing I can do now is I can call Will to my side. I mean, I can only do it like once a day. It takes a lot of energy, right? But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can call Will back to my side. Like, what's
A neat
that
trick.
one spell that something about a door? You can pull putos through the
Dimensional
door.
door.
There you go. I've seen that before.
Yeah, I read about that one. That one's
That's
cool.
It's like that, right? But it's with Will.
But you just will. So like if he's out, about to die, you could just like pull him back.
That's correct, fool. But this is
That's
what I was
crazy.
thinking, right? Do you have any spells that can like make this fool look bigger?
No, not that I know right now. I mean, I can try and find one, learn it, but like, why do you want to make him bigger?
What I was thinking is that we could try to make Will like this large creature and try to draw the orcs out, and then I can just call him back.
Let's see. I can make him glow. I mean, that would be confusing. Yeah, that's all I really have. That's all I really can do. I mean, can we put like a fireball on Will?
We're not trying to burn him, fool.
Well, you just pull him back before it goes off.
It doesn't happen that fast, fool.
Well, you said it was like a magical door.
Yeah, fool, but it's still
Anyways.
standard action.
But it still takes me 6 seconds.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and be like, "All right, putos, you guys ready?"
Ready when you are.
Ready.
Kaiser,
Alright.
ready. Reed, ready.
I'm going to summon Will really quick before we take off.
Eyes glow blue. Door opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Will appears.
He is like yawning, like he woke up from a nap, and then joins me by my side, and be like, "Hey, Will, can you like fucking lead us the way?" He goes, "Yes," and he walks over. He like walked towards the front. So if you're talking about marching order,
Yep, that's what I
I'm
want
gonna,
to
I'm,
know.
I'm,
That's the next
I'm
thing.
going I'm going to put Will in front.
Great.
Who would like to go next?
I would.
You want to go second?
I Reed.
I don't think it's a
Push
good
it. Reed push. Reed's like, no, I'll go. Don't worry, buddy.
I'm gonna be like, "Hold on, fool. You got the shield, right? Isn't that what they kind of like want? Get in the middle."
But all the boys want me.
All right.
idea.
But still, get in the middle, fool.
Middle what?
Of the line, fool. It's like how we have to fucking walk. The
Oh,
trail gets really narrow, fool.
Yeah,
I
didn't they
thought-
teach you that in school to line up?
Well, they put a lot of things in the middle of us in school, but I won't say what.
Okay.
Are you gonna stand in the middle of the line of people or not?
Reed walks to the middle of the line, all embarrassed.
Just beat red.
Rosy cheek, as you would say.
Just beat fucking red.
And Tyler, you said you're gonna walk up to the front or right behind Will.
I guess, yeah.
I'll
And
get
then-
behind the desk.
I'm the guest mage armor.
Kaithar will take the rear.
How long does that?
Sigbert, where are you at?
6 hours.
I'll be right behind the boy.
Okay. So, what kind of stuff was they putting?
God. There's so much stuff we have to tell what canon is for his characters now.
Man. Kaithar, you're in the rear.
I'm taking the rear behind the young boy.
In rear with the gear. You're behind Arthur. And
Oh,
so
even better.
So then it's dark. So all of you who don't have any kind of special vision are able to, like, after 20 minutes, your eyes adjust and you can at least see the silhouettes of the people in front of you and like stay in line. But your perception of like the canyon around you is garbage because it's nighttime and nobody has mentioned any kind of light at this point. But
That is correct.
those of you who have low light vision can see no color, but you can see your normal vision increments for like movement and things of that nature. And I would like those people to make me a perception check as you guys are moving through here.
All right.
Think I have it.
Elves, I think, do have it. And so I believe that's
Need to
you,
find it. There it is.
Simone, and Wilb are the three, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, we have the same perception.
Yeah, isn't that convenient?
I know.
I know some
You
people
want
a
use them
perception
specifically
check?
like for whatever. It's like use whatever yours is.
24
That's
and
not good. It's a 9.
27. 24 and 27.
24 and 27. The 24 and the 27 are, as you guys are winding your way through these rocky passes, and you're having to move much slower than you would normally because you guys are trying not to make too much of a fuss, and you have to move
Yes.
slow enough for the blind people behind you to be able to, not bump into each other. And even still, there's a little bit of like bumping into each other and clattering, which is happening as everybody's like kind of getting into a rhythm here. But
Specifically the young boy. He's the
but
one clattering around.
He's definitely clattering and clanging. But it's like you guys have 7 bags, which each have a cooking and cutlery stuff in them, and vials and potions and containers and all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, we're not necessarily
Monzo's got
quiet
like
as well.
shit dangling from his belt all around him, including like a snake skeleton, which kind of like clicks and clacks as it like articulates as he moves. But you guys notice movement on the ledges above just once or twice. Quick darts and flashes. But with the 27, you could swear that you saw that. I don't know if that was you or Will, but whichever one of you was the 27 could swear you saw eyes at one point.
Oh shit. Wilb is gonna stop, which then I'm assuming Atesk is gonna hit.
No,
Wilb.
Atesk can see.
No,
Atesk
stop.
has
Oh,
vision.
okay. All right. Monzo, do you have vision?
I have
Dark
vision.
Do you have dark vision
No.
or low light? So then Monzo will then run into.
Monzo bumps into Atesk. Simone doesn't
Yeah.
bump into Monzo,
What?
but Reed
But
bumps
then
into
my hand
Simone.
Yeah. Will turns around and goes, that dark figure that's been like following us. I saw like its eyes, and its silhouette to me seemed like dragon-like.
It's not good.
So
How
that
far
makes.
away?
How far away was it, David?
It was just on top of the ledges, so anywhere between 20 and 50 feet away. But all you saw was like a head and eyes, quickly receding and
How
disappearing.
large? Large?
Medium, not large.
Not
this
large.
not
Okay.
Like my head?
medium. Yeah, like
Medium
one of
size.
you
Okay.
guys, one of your guys' heads would be comparable size. Yeah.
And I'm gonna point, or Wilb is gonna kind of like point, like with his nose or like with his body, in the direction that he saw the, and that's where he flew into, right? Not where he flew from, because he like flew in.
There was no flying. Let me be more clear.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are walking like down a canyon with snakes, and there's these sheer drops on either side. But where you guys are specifically right now, there's also like these jagged, like pointed tops with these, all these flat tops, all these all these areas that orcs were like standing on and shit, right?
Yeah.
And so like up on one of those, you saw something that
Gotcha.
just looked like a head, just like a head and a pair of eyes, just like disappearing, just like pulling back
Okay.
behind the lip of the cave cliff. There you go.
Yeah, I gotcha. And so now I'm gonna retract what I said about the dragon and stuff, and just be like, I saw a silhouette and some eyes, and I'm gonna point at the jagged pillar he kind of hid behind.
There you go.
Ambush.
Simone's gonna be like, fuck, another two in one day, fool. I'm gonna can Wilb roll a stealth check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. 17.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna move Wilb forward, stealth, in stealth, and try to get him around the pillar that he saw the eyes.
Yeah, he normally would ask for a climb check, but Wilb's a quadruped. And this isn't a super tall deal, so so he's able to slowly but quietly climb up and around. And as he like rounds the backside of the pillar where the figure disappeared behind, it's empty. There's nothing there.
Can Wilb like sniff around to see if there was like a scent there? I don't have the scent feat or anything.
Give me just a flat perception check. I mean,
Okay.
not flat, but a perception check. You're
Yeah.
using one of your senses. That's perception. It's
Yeah.
perceiving.
Oh,
Nice. Final.
29.
29. So Will doesn't see anything, but he puts one of his noses, maybe both pairs of noses,
Yeah.
on the stone, and takes a big whiff and smells, and there's a lingering scent. Something was here for a little while. Like it's dissipating now, but there was definitely something here only a moment ago. Something smelly,
But around
something
me, I see
something
nothing
grotesque,
though.
something that smells a lot like that pile of orcs smelled that Wilb was helping with, an
Gotcha.
hour or so ago.
Will is going to convey this all back to Simone. Simone is then going to share what Will just found out to the rest of the party.
Cool.
I'm like, yeah, fool. So like, he smells what seems like orcs and shit. But by the time Will got up to that pillar, there was no one there.
Could have been a scout.
You're on to
I'm
us.
I'm gonna look at Kythar and be like, can orcs see in the dark, fool?
How the fuck am I supposed to know? I just killed a bastard. So I don't ask them, hey, can you see the fucking dark?
Yo, fool, it's like know thy enemy, right?
I'm fucking glad I know my own name.
Was that in character?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Yeah, that was great.
When you have to ask.
That's great.
I'm gonna look around and be like, would anyone know if orcs can like see in the dark, fool? And I'm assuming this is while Will's coming back to the party.
Anybody who wants to justify where they might have learned such a fact can roll for me, but a Tesk can absolutely roll. Reed can absolutely roll. And let's see here. Our mercenary and our soldier can also roll. Sigbert and Arthur.
You got it.
Knowledge what though? Just a flat roll?
It'll be a knowledge. I mean, survival is usually associated with like animals and things, so I think that it's probably appropriate here. Or knowledge nature, maybe. Knowledge. I take knowledge nature. That would work. Or just a flat knowledge roll. Knowledge untrained.
Yeah, 11.
Finals, yeah, my friends.
11.
3.
10.
8.
Our 10 and our 11. Don't know whether or not orcs can see in the dark, but there are many stories about orcs attacking at night.
Okay.
And for Kythar specifically, his village was attacked at night.
Okay. And as Simone starts to walk away, I grab him by the shoulders, like, wait, hold on. My village was attacked. My village was attacked at night, and there wasn't very many liners out. It was after we all went to bed, so there's probably some chance they might have night vision. So let's say 70-30.
Thanks, fool. All right. Well, unless anybody else can see it, I guess Simone will do.
I can help.
Yeah. Well, just kind of do I guess then Tyler, right? Like scan the tops of the hills that we can see. Like just to see if we see anything peeking over.
Is it going to be the same map? Are we on the same place now?
I don't think
No,
so.
you
I think
guys have moved. You guys have been traveling for
Yeah.
like half an hour or so at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You're not super
I'll do a
far into your
perception
night,
check.
but you've definitely been walking for a while. I'm sorry.
I'll do a perception check.
Right here, standing still, or as you continue to move forward.
Following Wilb. So if Wilb is still stopped,
It'll be as we continue moving forward silently.
Okay.
silently moving forward, I will do a perception check.
Great. And then
It's a
Simone, did I
12.
hear that you were looking at stuff as well?
Yeah. I was looking specifically for like guys peeking over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
someone trying to in those eyes again.
Yep.
I got a 28.
On a 28, you guys are traveling. You slow
Rolling
your pace.
crazy.
You slow your pace, and you
Mhm.
continue forward. And a Tesk does not see anything in particular, but as Simone is like glancing along these hills, these crests and things, at one point they kind of like slope back down and the terrain kind of evens out, and instead of this like multi-tiered kind of cavern situation, you start looking at a more flat uniform level, still very jagged and oblong, but that increases your visibility distance pretty significantly, because you no longer basically have walls on either side, and he definitely sees another figure, this time an entire humanoid silhouette, uh, look out from basically 200 yards ahead, just straight exactly the direction you guys are going, and then like disappear entirely around the bend.
Like he was running away from us?
Yes.
Like further down the path?
Right.
And it was like running, or was he just like moseying on?
He was standing still. You looked at him. You saw the eyes, because the eyes glint in the starlight.
Uh-huh.
And then you saw the entire silhouette disappear around the bend. So the only movement you saw was it going from standing to out of sight.
I'm gonna be like, shit. I think one of the orcs saw us.
Get down. Kythar and Reed are gonna roll into stealth.
Cool. Give me your numbers.
Kythar is 8. Oh, shit. Reed is so bad at this. Reed is 2.
Yeah. Doesn't really
It's
matter.
like putting a.
Doesn't really matter that you're trying to be quiet. Reed just kind of naturally makes a lot of noise, and Kythar is not used to trying. He's still like not used to being sober, so he's a little shaky.
Yeah. Okay. That's my attempt.
Hilarious. I'm gonna kind of like pick up the pace a little bit actually, and try to get around that bend.
Okay. Are you gonna like separate from the rest of your group to like?
I'm gonna let them know and be like, "Hey fools, let's hurry up. I don't want to be here when a bunch of orcs show up."
Yeah, let's go.
I'm not very sneaky, so I'll follow Wilb and Smug.
I'm going to follow them as well.
Everybody who moves ahead quickly, gets to the edge of the corner and turns, and
Haha! I knew it. Let's get out of this theater and into a map.
let's see here. You guys are not this close. This is just the only map that I have. So probably 300 feet away, is a well-lit, huge. I mean, we're talking like 30 feet, 30 feet plus walls. And then the main gatehouse itself is probably 40 or 50 feet tall. And there are, and I mean like this orc wasn't joking. Like even from this distance, you can tell that it's made from trees. Like they didn't cut them, they didn't turn them into lumber. They stacked and tied trees together to make a wall. Like it's huge,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that there are like braziers on top. You can see like the silhouettes of multiple humanoids who you presume to be orcs, like standing atop the gate. Um, and it's up to you guys how much closer you want to get. But it is obvious to you all that you have reached your the camp, the gate, which was spoken of, and you can see across this like tiny peninsula of land. It's probably only about 100 feet wide, and it's just sheer cliffs on both sides leading up to this gatehouse.
Gotcha. And it's huge. So each square is like what, 10 feet or something?
No, each square is still 5 feet. This is like if you were to stand, I guess the edge of this map would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60. So 70 feet away. So if you guys were to, move, 200 and some feet in front of where you are now, you'd be right at the edge of this map. But you guys can just tell from this distance because it's lit on the top, you can tell how tall it is.
Gotcha.
And I'm sorry, the edges, you said it's steep or sheer drop?
It's nearly sheer. I mean, you guys don't have Monzo specifically doesn't have night vision, so he really can't tell.
Oh, that little picture in the corner is what we see in the front, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the front here. This is the side you'll be approaching from.
Can I? Is there like, can I do a perception check to see how many humanoids are on top of the, the structure?
Yeah, go to roll.
Yeah. 22.
5, maybe 6.
Gotcha. I'm gonna look around and be like, there's like 5 or 6 of those putos on the walls. I'm gonna kind of looking back and forth and be like, this is a bigger structure than I thought, fools. These are orcs, right?
And I don't got shit to throw at them that can reach.
I don't think that's the play here, fool.
Oh, well, shit, that's the only thing I can think of.
And I'm gonna be like, I think lighting one side of this shit on fire, if you can, and I'm gonna kind of look at A-Test.
Oh,
It could actually be a good, a good way of getting in there, at least mildly undetected.
Is there anything that can stop a fireball?
well, I mean, a counter spell. Sure, there's some shields out there and energy barriers and whatnot.
You say counter spell?
Yeah, it's
Do
pretty.
they have a blue mana untapped?
God damn it.
But
Can I do a
Wow.
perception check on that particular part of the wall?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Can I do a perception check on that particular part of the wall? This one right here.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you're still 300 plus feet away.
Yeah, 23.
Your camera's off, by the way, David.
Well, I turned it off because I didn't need you guys to see like all the maps that I had loaded up. But now that I guess we're all on the same map, good call. Great. On a 23, you can see that there are definitely campfires on the other side of the wall, and there are gaps in the wall enough for that light to escape. And there's like streamers of light coming out from behind this wall. But you suspect that they are. I mean, it's hard to tell from this distance, but you suspect that they're relatively narrow gaps.
But what is those gaps made out of? Are they still made out of like the solid core trunk of a tree kind of
Yeah, I
thing?
mean, yeah, it's all wood for the uprights, and then there are then there are like
Wood
spikes
planks
and
though?
things at the bottom from like branches and like different like smaller sharpened and jagged bits. It's all
Gotcha.
crudely constructed, but it definitely looks like pokey bits at the bottom, big trees standing up and down to make up most of the structure itself.
So it's not something you could like try to kick down.
Not advisable, no.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think I could probably hit a fireball from here.
Is it climbable from where I can see?
It's hard to tell in the dark, even with dark
Hmm.
vision, because it's all the same color, it's all the same tone. So you don't really have the standouts. It all kind of blends.
Yeah.
If you do throw a fireball, then the dragon would see us.
That's true.
I think at this point we got a few options here. We can try to scale the walls, fool. Take them on both sides. Hopefully they don't like fucking alert the rest of them. We could try to cause a distraction. Light up one side of the fort while we try to climb up through the other side. Or we can just walk up to like the main gate and say, "Let us go through."
You think they'd let us go through?
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Last session, Sigbert did
Is
push bargaining with them, but I don't.
Maybe.
Don't you have one of their knickknacks, Simone?
Huh? Anyway,
think-
I was
I think they're
thinking
looking
like,
for the shield, right? We probably don't want to just bring it right to them.
Well, this is my thought process, right? So like, that one puto was like, "Hey, I'll tell you whatever you want, but you have to like let me fight to the death," or some bullshit like that, right? Dumbass orc. Maybe if we like walk up to him and be like, "Hey, we'll fight our champion will fight one of your champion, and if we win, you got to let us through," kind of shit.
Who's the champion here?
Could be any one of us, right?
Yeah, sure, okay.
Could be Wilb.
It could be Wilb.
You could get him to agree and then say, "Okay, here's our champion," and have Wilb come out of his zone.
That could be a possibility, fool. I'm just saying. I just kind of was thinking on the way over here, and I was like, "Damn, these damn putos, they have like these fucking honor and shit." I just wanted to, fight to the death, and they tell us whatever we want, and he actually did. This all looks correct, fool.
I mean, worst case, so
Yeah.
the plan is either open up with a fireball or try to bargain with him. If it doesn't work, then open up with a fireball.
Well, they want the shield.
And they already know we're here.
Oh, that's one good point. We can use the shield as a bargaining chip, right? I mean, hey, these dumbass orcs don't know we're not going to actually give it to them, right? We're going to shoot that puto with a fireball.
I only have so many fireballs.
Hey, fool, we've already, used up all your fireballs, so you have no choice. You have no choice in the matter.
Hey, Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have another shield, don't you? Yeah, he had
1 second.
Before that, I believe.
I don't know
yeah,
if
he
he
has a
kept
heavy.
it, but he did have one. Yeah.
It's on his. To be honest, I don't even know if he has the actual. He only has the heavy steel shield.
Oh, he's actually never put on the.
Fuck. No. He only has his heavy shield.
I feel like he made a comment. He's like, "I'm gonna toss this old piece of crap aside" when he like got the new. Like I feel like he said something like that, but I don't really remember.
And if it's not, we can only go off by his character sheet. So
Truth.
What I'm trying to say is, they're looking for a shield. We can make a bargain with them, but maybe we could disguise something we have to look like it. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know what the magical shield looks like. Maybe the magical shield looks like one of their shields. You know what I mean?
I'm not a very smart man, but do you think the mage will check it?
What mage?
Well, orcs have mages too.
And wasn't there an image of the shield on the note?
Fucking thank you. I'm like, one of the 7 of you has gotta fucking remember this.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's 6, okay, asshole.
that's okay. Fair.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but you're exactly right, fool. I wasn't gonna tell Monzo his plan's a piece of shit, but but you said it, fool. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, you said it though. He didn't say it.
I
mean, you
was-
called him the piece of shit.
It was implied.
That's what I
right?
heard.
It was implied.
All I
What's
heard
Mon-
was Monzo is a piece of shit out of your mouth right now.
What is Monzo doing during all this?
Monta's like fired up and staring at you, but he doesn't have dark vision, so he's not. You can tell he's not actually looking at you.
You're like slightly off of me.
He's like looking at your left ear.
I'm just like I'm like touching it. Like, is there something wrong? I'm also, first of all, if we go with let's pick our plan, right? What are we doing? We open it up with a fireball, or are we gonna try to actually talk to these putos?
I think we should try to talk to him.
Kaithar, hold on, sorry.
Let's read.
Yes, my bad. I like burning down the forest as a distraction. I just want to see the forest burn down. Can we do that?
Didn't we just save the forest?
Fuck this
Don't
forest.
the orcs want to burn it down?
That fool. I mean, look around. There's not a lot of trees. They kind of used it for like their fucking fort,
You
right?
guys literally haven't seen a tree since you left Elm.
Well, just look at the map too. It literally has tree stumps everywhere. So, I mean, like, what forest are you gonna burn down besides that one? And I'm gonna point at the fort.
Fuck. Their fortress is what I was trying to say, not forest. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Take inspiration if you don't have it, Kaithar. That shit was funny.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
It's good. I like it.
God damn it. I forgot what I was gonna say. You wiped my memory.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Soda rolled a 1 on the intelligence, and everybody was just stupefied.
It's contagious.
The orb of
Outsmarted.
confusion.
Which to Wumbo.
Okay, so let's figure out like what we're gonna fucking do here, right?
I think we should try bargain with him. It's a good idea, and if it doesn't go well, then we can still go with Plan A.
Kaithar is gonna be. Maybe we could trade them their orc horns for passage.
I don't think their teeth, fool. They're gonna want them back. In fact, that might piss them off. That's like throwing a bar of soap at a fucking lizard man.
That was one time.
Nice
That was
callback.
one time.
Nice callback.
That was one time.
Session 1.
And we ended up being fine after that. Okay.
After killing them, we had to bury the bodies,
Gonna
dude.
go.
What makes you think this is going to be any different?
You're alive, right?
I have empathy.
This time
fool.
I have Fireball.
Sigbert, what do you think?
I mean, we could try talking to him, but I think we should have that fireball ready.
You want me to shoot it now?
No.
Because I can hit it from here. In fact, I could probably do twice this distance.
I mean,
Humble brag?
It's the one thing I have, man.
It's the one thing I have, man.
That in Magic Missile.
It's like, dude, I just want to do something here.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on, fool. I'm gonna be like, Professor, what do you think?
Do you really think the negotiation's gonna go well?
I mean, orcs aren't really known for their diplomacy, right?
Right. They're normally known for how the rest of them were aggressive.
But they're
They do have
honor.
honor.
They have honor.
So if we challenge them, right? Maybe we can draw them out. Or go by free if we can kill that puto.
So like
you
a
guys-
mono
you guys
kind of thing.
You guys hear off in the distance, in the direction of the fort, the
Mhm.
very obvious sound of a horn being blown.
Oh, fuck. All right.
that fireball.
Yeah, I'm going to look at A-Task and just be like, I think you should use that fireball, fool.
You mean now?
Maybe
Yeah,
let's
no.
get a little closer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fuck it, yeah.
All right.
Use it. Let's go nuclear right off the bat.
Bombs away.
Look at David's face. So, do you do it?
Cast fireball.
Oh,
And I'm the range on fireball.
600 feet?
670 feet.
Damn.
Right. Awesome.
Damn.
Where
Or
are you
40.
centering your fireball?
30 feet, right? 30 feet,
20 feet.
20 feet.
In the spot where it I'm gonna
Oh, the
actually do over here.
So on
Right
the
over here.
lower portion of the wall, because there's the taller gatehouse, which is about 50 feet tall. Then there's the lower wall, which orcs are standing on, that's about 30 feet tall. And then there's the gate in the gatehouse itself, which is probably 20 feet at its highest point, and two big wood doors.
You said the area where we can see light coming through is over here.
It's all along this wall. It's not like airtight. It's like a log cabin. Like there are logs there, and it's definitely a wall. But there's light. It's dark. There are campfires on the other side. Like it's very obvious there are campfires on the other side. You can see the light coming through the cracks. But they're cracks.
I guess are we more on this side? Or are we more on this side? Are we coming up dead center to this
You guys
thing?
are coming around this left bend. This left corner was the bend that you came around. The bend that you saw the silhouette, and then you come around the corner again. You're probably another 200 feet back from the edge of this map right now.
So yeah, I'll shoot it over here to cause a distraction, chaos away from where we are.
Okay. So you cast Fireball, and you center it where exactly, and what's the range exactly?
It's 640 feet. It's a 20-foot radius spread. So I'd probably shoot it up in the middle of the wall to maximize the 20-foot sphere.
Right.
Like the coverage.
Yeah.
It's
How big is
20-foot
the wall
radius.
itself? 20 feet?
You said it's 30.
30.
The wall's 30 feet.
said it's 20 feet radius.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, your fireball can. Oh shit, that's an. We'll call that about the center, and because your fireball will basically hit like this zone.
Oh
Okay.
fuck.
Roll your damage. And they get like reflex saves to take half damage or something. Is that right?
Unless they have evasion, then if they pass the reflex,
Mhm.
they take no damage.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it's half. It's half rounded down, I think.
Sounds right. Bill.
Oh, that's the best.
No. It's quite middle of the road.
Middling.
21 damage though.
21 damage. What's the DC for the reflex save?
Come on.
16.
We've got 2 saves. And
So they'll take 11 damage.
let me double check something real quick here. Perfect. So then a ball of fire just like fucking explodes.
Yeah.
And you guys watch the, from your perspective, the left half of the gatehouse just ignite. And not only does it ignite, but you can see a couple of the figures like on fire, like wildly running around,
Oh fuck!
like attempting to put themselves out. There's like a lot of commotion. You can see like a lot of movement happening, not only on top of the gatehouse, but from the like the way the lights are dancing coming through these slats. You can tell there are like figures moving around behind the gate. This thing has definitely been ignited. What are you guys gonna do next?
The moment he starts casting it, I'm gonna throw my hands up and say, couldn't even talk to him. He just went straight to the fireball, and that's what happened.
I'm gonna be like, we gotta go, fools. We gotta try to get over that wall. And we're gonna, I would say start jogging, maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
we're at
What
a
do you guys
trot.
think? Trot, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you guys are moving.
I just
forward.
want to make sure that's cool with the rest of the party.
You guys are moving forward in your marching order.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then
Go. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Arthur's going to say, we could use Will as the anchor point to climb over the wall. They could drag the rope.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. We got to get up there first.
Aye, aye.
I will put your guys' bag down. I want you guys to arrogant characters. I want you guys to just put them in order. I can move them around, so it doesn't really matter where. Just put them in order, on some tiles, and that won't be where you actually are. That'll just be the order so that I can remember it. It was like Will, Atesk, Reed, Sigbert. I know that the back was Simone with Arthur in front of him, but I don't remember it exactly. Anyway, you guys got this. Put yourself in order. I got to pee, so let's take a 5, and then we'll get back to the drama, to the action.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're back.
Cool. I can't move that.
All right, guys. What all are we waiting for?
What
Looks like Anthony is not back in his chair yet.
I'm here.
Present.
But there he
I'm
is.
here.
Alright. Sorry.
Aaron here?
He's blurry.
Will, Monzo, Atesk, Reed, Sigbert, Kythar, Arthur, Simone was the order, right?
Yes. I couldn't move the bag
Got you.
for some reason. So it curves.
Yeah, I'm just bending your line. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing here too. Okay, great.
And old Monzo is a placeholder character for you.
Yeah. And then we're gonna just kind of move you guys back.
Wait, old Monzo. You talking like some DBZ stuff here?
Yeah, this is before he went Super Saiyan.
Pre-Super Saiyan.
Like the time warp stuff they have in DBZ?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna go in stasis and train.
Okay, guys. So, Atesk has just set off a fireball. You guys heard the sound of a horn, which now there's a chorus, multiple sounds of multiple horns, all being blown, some farther back than others. You guys, Simone has made a comment to, book it, but you guys aren't really booking it. As Arthur mentioned, you guys are jogging. You guys are moving swiftly towards the other side of the wall, which is not on fire. And that's kind of where we left you before break. Is anybody doing anything else specific? Is there a target point in the wall you guys are looking for? Talk to me about what you guys are trying to do here.
My idea was that we get up to the base of the wall and have our backs to it, because usually that's kind of a blind spot, when you're running up on a wall, as the orcs would have to like stick their heads over, and then from there we try to find the best climbable spot up the wall, because it is made of like old trees and stuff.
Right.
And there's like branches and shit,
Sounds good.
What do you guys think?
We gotta get there first anyway. I mean, because the next step would be to try and get Wilb to get that first rope hung and anchored so we can start climbing over. This is the siege.
That's right. That's a good idea. We'll get to the wall and we'll get Will to get over the top.
I can climb it. Too.
Oh, Will and Monzo. Okay. Sounds like a good plan. I feel better about this shit now.
Yeah.
Feels
Great
like
plan.
fools.
I'm really happy we didn't talk to him.
Me too.
I will. I'm going to give you guys a choice here as a team. You can take your initiative order as your marching order, or we can do a traditional roll for it. Your guys' call.
Wait, say that again, sorry. Traditional roll versus...
Versus you can take your marching order as your initiative order if you want to just take that order. Because
Well, Will's in front, so are we going to count him as me?
yeah,
Or...
yeah, he counts
Oh.
as you. Yeah, because you'll have to control him, so he would count. It'd be your turn. You know.
Okay, but I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. Then we can get up. Me and Will can get up there.
Yeah. We'll take the situation. We'll take the
You'll take your walking order.
initiative. Yeah, we'll take the initiative of the situation, which is the marching order.
I like it. That's great. Then this becomes important because as you guys are moving your way forward, you cover about half the distance, and you are, somewhere between 100 and 150 feet away, and you can see now as you're getting closer and are looking at your target space that in the wealth of commotion which has been happening here, that there are additional silhouettes up top that weren't there a moment ago, that were not there. There are more orcs showing up in this time span as you guys are coming down here. The ones that were up there, you hear one of them call out, and those of you who can understand Orcish can hear even from this distance very clearly. They are already dead. Focus on your enemy. And anybody looking up sees this huge orc standing on top of the gatehouse pull a spear out of his back and throw it at one of his own orcs that are on fire. And it skewers him, and the orc just collapses. And he points out over the ramparts at all of you moving towards and says, "Fire!" And they're going to start taking shots at you guys. And that is what is going to kick off our fucking combat here. So, does a 22 beat Will's AC?
No, it doesn't.
Does a 17 beat Monzo's AC?
Yes.
And does a 16 beat a Tesk's AC?
Yes.
Then Monzo and a Tesk are each going to take... I guess, I'm sorry. Monzo is going to take... Wow. God. Tyler, you get so lucky with these rolls. These first really critical rolls. It's super wild. Because Monzo, I'm rolling a d6, got a 6 plus their modifier. So Monzo gets hit for 10
Aaron.
piercing damage. Tesk only gets hit for 5. But you guys do get hit from Monzo gets hit by a full-on javelin, while a Tesk gets grazed by an arrow as you guys are making your way here. And you just hear him calling out again as he's reloading. It is your guys' turn. We will say effectively you are one double movement from the base of the wall, if that's what you want to use your first turn in combat for. But otherwise, it's totally up to you. You guys are running in from about 100 feet out. But I'm prepared to be generous with that for those of you who don't have quite that much movement, because I know you're moving here. And this guy, I'm going for a cinematic moment, right? So starting at the top, Simone and Will, what are you guys doing?
Okay, so Will is going to take his movement. So free 5, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he'll be at the wall. Simone is a lot farther back. I'm gonna say he's 10 feet from the map. Does that sound correct to you?
I'm
Like
sorry.
if I move up to the edge of the map, that's gonna take 10 feet of my movement from where I'm at because I'm technically off the board.
We'll just, yeah, I mean, you guys are about 100 feet out, and the edge of the map, I think, is only about 50 feet out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so we'll call it one movement. It'll take one movement action to get to the edge of the map.
Gotcha. I'll take one movement action to get there. And then free 5, 10, 15, 20 to try to take cover behind one of the tree stumps.
Sounds great. And these aren't
And-
quite to scale, but they are definitely large. Like where if a standard tree stump is only 2 or 3 feet off the ground, like orcs are sloppy. They cut it about chest height. So these things are like 4+ feet off the ground.
Gotcha. And then Will would like to make a climb check to try to climb up the wall.
Cool. Give it a go.
Okay. He rolled a 25.
Absolutely successfully able to do that.
Nice. So he's at the top of the wall now?
Let me see.
Here's your cinematic moment.
He wouldn't. Well, he has. How much movement does he have?
40
Total?
feet. And he used one movement already.
So yeah. So if it takes a movement to get to the edge of the map, and then another movement to get to. Yeah. I mean, we'll be generous. We'll say cinematic moment. Rolled a great roll. Is able to just like crest the top of this 30-foot deal, and he's basically met by 2 orcs. At
Gotcha.
the top there. But you can go ahead and move his tile. Yeah, there you go. Just right to the edge.
Nice.
Cinematic mode.
All right, and that will be my turn.
Cool. Monzo.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. When I get to the bottom, I still have an action. Would tying a rope, I'm trying to think about how while I'm running, I'm thinking. So
You can like open a door or press a button or like grab a stake out of the ground as you move past it. Like that is a free thing you can do. If you want to like tie a rope, like anchor it to something, make a real knot, like that does take an action to do so.
got it. So so I'm using a move, and then my next, I would like to climb similar to Will, but I don't want to go to the very top.
Okay, where do you want to end up? Because at the bottom, the bottom 10 feet have these like spiky bits that are meant to prevent basically exactly what you guys are doing right now. You're just trying to jump over them. On top of that, it's like tree bark you have to hang on to. A couple like knobs where branches got crudely knocked off here and there that make like odd footholds and things. So like, how far up this wall do you want to end up ideally?
Yeah, and the spiky bits, they're made out of wood.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I want to go almost all the way to the top. Basically, on my next turn, I'm planning on pulling out a rope and tying it around, using the top as an anchor point, make a noose up there and then drop the rope down. So, not all the way, but like most of the way.
Okay. I like it. Sounds great. Go ahead and roll me a climb check. Or an acrobatics, I guess, if you want to jump instead.
If you give me the option to jump, I would like to jump.
Yeah, go ahead and jump, bud. I know it's a class feature for you. I want you to feel good at the thing you're supposed to be good at.
29.
What's that?
29.
There you
29.
go. Yeah, 29.
Wow.
Just jump clear over these sharpened sticks. And you do like scramble a little bit, lose your footing for just a moment, but you're able to like catch one of those knobs and like pull yourself up and like sling your pack around your shoulder and start like rummaging through it in the process of looking for your rope.
Cool. I do want to be looking behind me because I am worried about the dark shape I saw moving around, and I know I can see his eyes. So I don't really want to pay attention to the orcs on top at the moment. I do want to look around to see if I see the flying disembodied eyes.
Cool. That is next turn's perception check, for sure.
Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. Then a Tesk.
I'm going to cast Euphoric Cloud on top of this
Okay, great. What's the range of euphoric cloud?
160 feet.
I'm sorry, the radius
And-
of euphoric cloud. That's what I was.
Gotcha.
I said the
It
wrong
is
word.
a 20-foot radius, 20-foot high fog.
20-foot radius, 20-foot high fog. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that effectively will take up the. Whoop, I'm sorry. Let me erase that. That'll effectively hit the whole top of this thing.
And what's the DC for
DC?
that? And they become what again?
They become like enthralled or whatever for a bunch of rounds.
15. It's 6 rounds, I think.
But I think they have to get every time they're in the cloud still though, they still have to roll.
On my turn.
On his turn. That basically it doesn't punish. It doesn't make them roll twice before they get a chance to move. It's he casts it. They roll right now, and then in a full round on his turn again, if there's anybody still in the cloud, they'll have to roll.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And then if they fail to save at any point, then they're stuck in the cloud, and for 1d4 plus 1 rounds after it leaves.
Big guy and one of the bowmen do not appear to shake off the effect of your cloud. However, one of them is definitely enthralled.
But it is still fog. So
It's
if
fog.
they are trying to shoot at us.
Does it obscure visibility?
It's similar to fog cloud, which
does obscure visibility.
Obscure all sight, including dark vision, beyond 5 feet.
There you go.
Cool. There you go.
We just smoke bombed them.
And then a test is gonna move.
We drone striked him with the fireball, and then we smoke
I
bombed.
guess like half the distance.
I like how he went from little magic missiles, pew pew pew, and now we're dropping bombs, smoke down.
That's what you need. That's what you need in a siege. You need the heavy guns.
What was the
Actually-
ship? What was the
actually,
plane that dropped the
I'm gonna
nuke
move
on
over
Japan?
here next to Simone.
Enola Gay over here.
And then Simone just sees a task like run up next to him and like hunker down behind the same tree stump.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, holy fuck, fool! You've been able to do that this whole time?
I did the last fight. Or I guess the fight before the last fight. It's hard to keep track these days, We're just constantly fighting people.
I guess you're right, fool. Either way, it looks like Monzo, you're towards the top of the thing now, right?
Yeah, like the people cutting the trees down and they're
Yeah.
working their way up.
I'm gonna be like, looks like Monzo is gonna set up the fucking rope for us to climb. However, Will's got 2 fucking archers he's got to deal with.
Can I see the archers from here?
You can't see the ones that you just obscured, but you can see the ones that are
Right.
that are up there with Will. Yeah, you can see those 2 figures.
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'll shoot him with my magic missiles then next time, so that Will doesn't, explode too. We wouldn't want that.
Yeah, don't hit him, fool.
Yeah. Well, you said you couldn't pull him back fast enough, so.
Yeah. Are you dissing me right now, fool? We got arrows and javelins coming at me.
No, I'm just saying. As a matter of fact,
Damn,
I
fool,
would.
is this the place?
There's no way to save him if I were to use a fireball, so I wouldn't want to.
Are you done a task?
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, I'm done.
Great. Reed is up, played by Kythar.
Already counted up. Reed's double time steps. Reed can make it to base.
Reed can make it all the way to the base of the wall if he wants to. Cinematic moment. If you want to use if you want to use all your everything to get to the wall, you can use all your everything to get to the wall. Cool.
Knight to Q4.
Great.
Knight to Q4.
Does he have anything to say, or is he done?
Is he in rage?
No, he's screaming like a little girl. Sorry, I can't get my voice high enough doing that.
Sigbert, it's your turn, bud.
Okay. I'm gonna run to the wall.
Get onto the wall. Great. Anything to
And yeah,
say?
that'll be my
Anything to...
turn.
Great. Yeah. Kythar, I think you're next.
Okay. Oh, cinematic move it. I'm coming, mama. And yeah, basically. That's it. I ran to the wall.
Okay, great. And that leaves us with Arthur, our good friend. Bringing up the
Yeah,
rear with
Arthur's
the
gonna.
gear.
That's right. He's gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to go. We're run. He can run at this point, so we're trotting. So Arthur's gonna get behind this stump.
Okay. And take a position behind the stump with his turn.
Yeah.
Great. You guys know who that leaves. As Will
The good guys?
as Will sees two orc bodies just fly over the edge of this wall, as if they've been tossed, and they both land prone on the ground, just like boom, flopped, and then coming down behind them, like superhero jump style, lands the large man, and you hear "Get down there and fight" come from up top, and then these bodies boom, thump, thump, land, and then he superhero jumps down, lands, looks up at you, looks up at these guys, these two, and says, "Get him!" And the two orcs in front of you, one of them is going to like put away his bow and like take out unsheath a short sword and take a shot at Will.
Gotcha.
The other one is going to just immediately pull another javelin out and chuck it. So that's two attacks on Will. But I haven't rolled in the game tonight at all. So let's do that. And that is a 21 and 15 to hit.
Neither of them hit.
Great. Then you can hear the shaman call them worthless. And then the large, obviously, spell touched leader. And then he is going to cast a spell and begin like rhythmically slamming his staff on the ground, and you guys can feel the reverberations. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It like extend out, and then he just picks up one of his feet and like stomps it in tune with the staff, and like a shockwave like poof, like ripples out from him. And I need literally everyone to make me a fortitude saving throw.
Does that damage the?
It does. I mean,
The
you guys
wall,
are gonna
yeah.
watch. You'll get your ramifications here in a minute. I just want to get the numbers first.
Is this an enchantment spell?
This is not an enchantment spell. Your magic number was 13, my friends. Anyone who rolled lower than that has been knocked prone. If you are one of the two people who are on the wall, I will need a reflex throw on top of that to see if you're able to maintain your grip.
Simone is knocked prone.
Okay.
Here's my
Oh no! I got a 10 on my reflex.
I got a
Monzo.
15.
I'm
I'm sorry, more than that. 17.
On a 17, Monzo is just able to like maintain his grip on this wall, but he's like pressed flat against it, and he's like spread super wide, just trying to grab onto anything he can. He did kind of like that hinge swing move, where like he's just barely hanging on by his fingertips, and he like slams against the back and like grabs something with his other arm. So you are going to be considered flat-footed until your next turn, but you are still on the wall. Then my other two homies are going to use their movement to stand up and like move into position where they can like see down off the ledge there, looking down. And that is it for our bad guys. We're back at the top with Simone and Will.
Okay. So I guess Simone, getting up is just a movement action,
it's
right?
just a movement action, but it is a movement.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get up. And then I'm going to cast.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed one more thing. You guys watch as these trees, like the gaps between them were probably less than an inch, but the result of this shock wave has like rattled a few of them, and they've kind of like leaned and tilted into each other a little bit, and that gap has widened in a few places to like 2 or 3 inches.
Gotcha. Simone's going to cast onto Will through himself because they can share spells.
Right. Yep.
Mage armor.
That's a great call.
And then Will. So this guy's enthralled then.
No, I'm sorry. He was enthralled until he got chucked off the top of the deal, and then he was no longer. Because you could be like shaken awake by a friendly team member, and I'm counting being picked up and tossed a little while. Actually, he did get tossed a little while, and I described that as 50 feet and 30 feet, so that's a 20-foot difference.
Yeah. I'm going. Will is going to take all of his attacks onto this person right here.
Okay, great.
Do 2 at a time. Okay. So the lowest one is a 17.
I believe a 17 is going to hit. Actually, 17 does not hit.
Okay. The other one's in above 25.
Yeah. His AC is.
2 nat 20s.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to see if
roll to confirm the first one, and then roll to confirm the second one.
First one.
That's gonna confirm because his modifier is high enough. Yep. And the second one.
Yeah, it's +9 is his modifier.
Yeah.
And
because that confirms just on the
both
high,
confirms.
So.
Okay. So the first two. First two will just be normal. So that's 5, 6. That's 11.
Okay.
And then the last two, it's that you double the last.
The die. You number the double the number on the die.
Okay. Yeah. 12. 6. So that's 18, right?
I don't know.
17. Sorry. So 17 plus 11 is 20. What's it? 28.
28.
So then, and that's not including
his elementals.
Yeah. His since I hit all 4, I get an additional 4. Sorry, 2 per. So 2, 4, 6. 5. Because it's 2 per hit.
It's 2 per hit, or because it's 1 of
each.
On each hit.
Exactly.
That's right.
So that is an additional 3 damage from 16. 17, 19 damage on top of that original damage.
Yeah, then he's very dead.
Yeah. So Will can he rip his head off?
He can do whatever he wants. Yeah, that's
Yeah. So Will is just in one motion, and you're gonna see like his paws like start glowing, and he just puts his heads over the orc's head and just rips out its spine from its body. and
Like a
throws,
fish.
yeah, like a fish, and then just throws the body around, and then is just kind of like gnawing on the head, like a cat would with a toy.
Yeah, that's
And
intense, man.
and that's my turn.
Cool, cool, cool. Brings us to Monzo, who's presumably going to start off by turning around and looking for this shadowed figure.
Yeah, I will do a perception check for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me roll. Swear to God, if he's right behind us. 23.
There he sees, barreling down upon them. No, he turns around
You're a
and look.
piece of shit.
His life and death.
He turns around looking for any sight of movement, anything that looks like eyes glinting in the darkness, and he at first, his heart drops as he looks up in the skies and sees 2 points of light, but then he realizes that it's just a pair of stars peeking out from behind some clouds. There is no figure following you.
That's no moon. Okay, so I'm flat-footed. Do I need to do anything to get out of that, or does that?
No. You're just you're gonna recover yourself right now. The idea is he shook you loose, and it took everything in your power just to stay on the wall. So you were easier to hit for a minute while you were scrambling, but now you've regained your composure and you're good.
Okay. A tactical question: the blue cloud.
Yes.
Is there an open spot here?
It's a circle, so it does not quite fill the corners of this square tower.
I'm gonna leap from the pole that I'm on to the one on the left.
Okay.
Right there.
So the middle section is 20 feet taller than the section you're on now. So you can leap over laterally on the 30-foot mark, but you'll still have 20 feet to the top of that gatehouse.
Okay, I'm looking at the picture. That's gonna change. Okay, I think from the top of the post that I'm on, is it close enough to the fort itself? Are they parallel? Essentially, if I wanted to tie a rope and throw it down so everybody else could use that, would I think this is a good spot, or should I get on the fort itself to do that?
This is as good a spot as any. You're a little nervous because you just watched some of the post that you were standing on literally shifted and slid and clanked into another one, which clanked into the one next to it, and this whole section of wall basically moved a couple inches with that shockwave. But everything's still standing. You could absolutely tie a rope right here. The taller one does have more structural integrity right now, though. Yeah.
I'll do the more structural integrity one, the taller, if I can reach up there.
So then just roll me another climb check because you will need to move 20 more feet up, which will be difficult terrain, which counts 40 feet of movement, which I know is one of your moves. So you'll still have an action by the time you get up there. I just need to see if you can get up there. Roll your climb check.
16.
Yeah, on a 16, Monzo is able to, in his scrappy manner, scramble to a similar position where you are now, except on the, taller section, and near enough to the top that you could anchor a rope to this here.
I'll do that next.
Sounds great. And you're a 60-foot rope, is that right?
Yes.
Then it takes about 10 feet to tie the anchor point at the top, and your rope goes pretty much dead down to the bottom, just brushing against the ground.
How many feet again? You said 30?
It's 50 feet down. And
okay, next I would like to drink 2 health potions.
Swift action, you can do that once.
I'll drink 1 health potion. And it's a 1d8.
Plus intelligence modifier.
Okay,
Hey.
that's an 8. And then I want to spend a key point to buff my AC. I don't know. Let me see what speed that is. That's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do. I'll read it to see what speed it is. I don't want to take up everybody's time while I read this paragraph to see what it is. But I did gain 7 life, 8 life. I mean.
Okay, sounds great. It brings us to a Tesk and reads on deck.
Yeah. I am going to cast.
Oh God.
What? Fireball.
No, I'm sorry. Another
It's a
what?
fireball. Do it.
No, Will's up there.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cast sleep on this guy right here
Okay.
to start with. It hits up to 4 HD hit dice of creatures.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is his?
So
what's his
06.
save? What is it? And
14.
What is the? Presumably it's Will.
Will. Yeah.
I don't think he made that because he only rolled an 8. Yeah, he definitely did not make that. So
He's a sleepy boy.
He's a sleepy one. Zzz.
Huh.
You got him. He nods off
Got
right
somebody.
there.
I want to take a nap now.
That's all. That's all it hits.
That's all it hits. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are level 6, so you have 6 hit dice a person. So that spell literally wouldn't affect one of your party members. Like it's too.
That's
it's not
fair.
strong enough.
Then I'm gonna hide behind this tree. Great. I'm gonna move over behind it, and that's the end of my turn.
Great. Awesome. Love it. Brings us to Reed. Sigbert's on deck.
All right, Reed's gonna go try to help save his
Boy.
Huh.
Yeah, fuck it. He's gonna go try to save his boy, his little kitty cat. So climb ability.
He's gonna try and climb. Roll me a climb check, please.
10.
10 is enough to be able to like maintain his footing and climb. What's his movement speed?
20.
So it's difficult terrain. So to go 30 feet straight up would cost him 60 feet of movement. So under the best circumstances, he'd only be able to make it 40 feet up. But due to his subpar climb roll, he makes it 30 feet up, or excuse me, 30 feet up, which is about to the top. He's like right where Monzo was, like not quite over the edge, but he'll like crest that on his next turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is Reed done?
That's all he's gonna do. Yeah, he's done.
Sigbert's up. Kythar's on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing and try to climb up here.
Cool. Give it a climb.
That will be a 16.
On a 16, what's your movement? 20?
20.
You are able to make it your full 40, which would leave you. It would leave you standing right up front, but you're going to be like face to face with an orc. Like you kind of like poke your head up and you can see that like the tile right on the other side of the wall that you're on right now, like there's a brazier on one side and an orc on the other. Like there's not any obvious unoccupied space for you to move into.
Okay.
But you're you're close enough to awkwardly try to strike at someone. Not with this turn because you've used all your movement, but in theory for next turn, depending on what you want to do. You've got 10 feet of movement still without coming over the top.
I'm just gonna end my turn.
Kythar's up. Arthur's on deck.
With Kythar seeing his little buddy go up the wall and start climbing up, he follows along.
Yep.
He's also going to do a climb.
Cool.
17. And his movement speed is 30.
His movement speed is 30. Great. 17 and a movement speed of 30. He started off farther back, but that is enough for him to just climb to the top. What point in the wall is he trying to fill? Where is he trying to climb?
Basically, he's trying to get up to Will, so he's not like left by his lonesome. All this, like I said, all this time he's been running up to the wall. He's been just yelling non-coherently, "I'm coming, Mama!" He's not enraged yet, But this is all he's saying right now, as he's climbing up the wall or running and trying to climb up the wall. So.
Because you have more movement, you're welcome to put Kythar in this tile on top of the wall if you want to end up on top of the wall.
Okay. Can I enter rage? As my last.
Is that a swift action?
It's not.
Then you have used both of your standards.
Okay. And Kythar's done.
Cool. Brings us to Arthur. Baddies are up after that, and Simone and Will are on deck after them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so seeing Kythar climb to the top, Arthur's going to take that same rope that he climbed. So he's going to make a run for that rope and start climbing.
If you're making a run for the rope's with Monzo over here. Kythar just like jumped and climbed.
He jumped and climbed, huh?
The like wall. Yeah, he did not go. Nobody has used the rope so far. That's
What the heck?
There's a rope?
So where's...
It's this brown dot under Monzo.
Okay. Because Arthur's not a madman. He's going to go for the rope.
Yeah, man. And it's a rope. No rolls required. You can just climb a rope that's anchored to a thing it's supposed to be anchored to. It still costs you extra movement, so 5, 10. It's 15. I guess what's your free 5? It's 10 to get to the rope, and then it's 50 feet up. So how much movement do you have?
I have 60 feet for 2 moves.
60 feet for 2 moves. You've used 10. So you can get basically halfway up this in your movement with the rope.
Yeah, Arthur will go halfway up and then climb the rest on the next toin.
There you go. All right, brings us to the Green Boys.
Hey, girls.
I guess, yeah, that's true. So we got a sleepy boy here, who Big Boy is going to turn, step forward, and just like smack upside the head. Wake the fuck up! You're supposed to be fighting. Which only is that to those of you who speak Orc. The rest of you are just. And then these bros are watching you guys climb up and seeing all of this shit happen. Yeah. Okay. So the small guys, the 3 dudes with just bows or whatever the fuck, are gonna fire at the people closest to them. So that is, well, I guess it's not a bow. He's got his short sword out. So that's 1 at Kythar from 05. That's a nat 1. That's never gonna hit anybody. That's 1 at Will from 07, who steps up to engage him. That's a 11, which I definitely doesn't beat Will with mage armor. And then the previously sleepy boy peeks over the edge and sees all the commotion going down directly underneath him. Sees like Sigbert like right fucking there, and he is going to pull out his short sword and take a swing at Sigbert for 12 to hit. These guys are not rolling super well tonight, which I don't think hits Sigbert.
Sorry, no, it doesn't.
Great. Who dramatically ducks back below the wall as like splinters of wood like shower down on him from this this orc's sword just like getting wedged in the wood. And then our Mr. Mage will look forward and then point down at, he like makes eye contact with the Tesk, and he points down at you, and he taps his post on the ground 3 times. Doof, doof, doof. And a Tesk can feel the ground around him shaking, and out from the ground pop 3 like dog-sized figures that are all like rough-hewn rock, and they're like made out of stone, and they're small. Their size category is small. They're basically the size of dogs, but they are obviously aggressively like looking at you all mean like. Yeah, it's not. It's not great. It's not. This is not ideal.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't know if I have a little man for these guys. I don't. You guys remember those cubes? Those cubes, right? That's what it's going to be. They're really dogs. They look like cubes, and they say they're cubes. They're actually dogs. Trust me. I'm an expert.
Well, you're a god, so
Uh,
whatever. Of the game, Stover, of the game.
and they converge on you, a test.
No.
But that's it for them. And Simone and Will are up.
Let me see here. Okay. So Simone. So Will actually is going to take. He's going to stay within a threatened square, right? And take his free 5-foot step to kind of reposition himself.
Yeah.
And he's going to take. He's going to take all his attacks on this guy now.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
His DC,
Okay.
his AC is 18. I know you're rolling really high, so just know that that's your number to meet or beat.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's. Nope, that only one hits right there. Oh, there it is. So only one hits.
Okay, so one hits. Go and roll your damage on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 17 extra.
17 damage. What's the total? That's all I need to know.
17. That's I only hit him once.
Got you. That's 07 for 17. That's easy to remember. Okay, great. Yeah. So that in one shot brought him down, near his bloodied state into or near the bottom half of his health pool. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Electricity, flames, the whole nine. Slashes. You got it.
And that's creature touched. And target you. And it's target area. Simone will take 2 shots at this guy right here.
Okay, great.
Come on. Bam. Okay. So was 12. So that's an unnatural 20 and then an unnatural 21.
Both hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, nice. Five damage.
And this is great. So this is M1, and he's got 5 damage. These things are not very big. They look like they're made of stone, but as your arrows hit them, you can see that that's more of a skin tone thing and not a texture thing. Like they don't have that same like stony hardness that rock does. It's more sandy. As you watch your arrows sink into them, and you figure another couple shots like that should do it for these guys. They don't have a ton of hit. They don't look like they're super sturdy.
Neither is A-test though.
That's true.
So I'm gonna look over at Arthur, and be like, Arthur, we need.
You cut out for a minute, but Arthur, you're being hollered at and summoned. It sounds like as you look behind you halfway up from your like vantage point halfway up the gatehouse, you can see pretty obviously that a Tesk is now like surrounded by these rock dogs.
Yeah, you'll see Arthur like, okay, and then I take it they'll start working his way down.
Sounds good. You'll be able to basically just drop from here if you want at your next turn. Just
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah, drop and slide. It's
Cool.
not crazy.
Cool. Anything else, Simone and Will?
That'll be all for us.
Then Monzo is up. A Tesk is on deck.
Okay. Seeing that, David, how? No, actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna say, about how high up am I? Would you say?
You're at the top, so 50 feet.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm going.
Are you King Konging it?
I'm going to jump down.
Roll me a reflex save to avoid the 5d6 of damage you would take from just falling from this height.
I have slow fall.
Do you have slow fall?
Yeah, so that was my idea. So you can use a nearby wall to slow your descent if you're within arm's reach. You take damage as if the wall were 30 feet shorter than it is.
Got you. So perfect. So that's 2d6. Because normally it's 1d6 per every 10 feet. So if it's 30 feet shorter than it is and you're 50 feet up, you're only taking 2 from that. But I'll still take a reflex save and see if you can even minimize that. Probably not.
Boom.
So your
2d6?
Your 2d6 of damage are... no, that's me. I got it.
Oh.
That's when rolling low would be nice.
Yeah, no kidding, right? 6 bludgeoning damage. As you hit, you slowed your impact, but you definitely hit with some oompa on the ground, like twist your ankle a little bit. It's not a comfortable landing.
Is falling an action?
No. It just happens.
Okay, cool. So I took 6 damage. I'm going to use a move action.
Okay.
To get there. And then I will use a melee attack on this one.
Cool. Give it a go.
Punch, kick.
There's some big numbers on. When it matters most, I always roll big.
Or just, lightly tap it.
You didn't have breakfast this morning.
12.
12 meets or exceeds the AC. Roll damage.
When it matters most.
Wow.
Nine.
That is enough for this thing to be very badly damaged.
You see me just fall 50 feet, run 50 feet over, and then donkey punch it.
Talk about a cinematic moment. Love it. Anything else from you, my friend?
That's it.
Tesk is up, reads on deck.
In response to getting these little assholes summoned around me, I'm going to use my crown on that dude.
Okay.
So that's that count is just an action, right? That doesn't count as my spell.
I
just use the crown.
It's a circlet of
It's
blasting.
on command.
So give me a second. I will let you know in
just as once per day. Doesn't say it.
Crown of blasting. Excuse me. Crown of blasting is what it's called.
Yeah.
And my webpage isn't loading when I need it most. Okay. Crown of blasting, please. Thank you. On command, the simple harvest a blustering light once per day. On command, once per day. Doesn't say. Searing light has a link though. Let me click on searing light. Instantaneous as a standard action. So it is a standard. You will have to do it instead of a spell. Or you could do it. I guess you could do a cantrip in addition to that, because you can cast 2 spells as long as one of them is a cantrip.
All right.
Is that all right? You're gonna blast him?
I'm thinking now. I thought it was like an extra thing you got.
Yeah, I'm on
It is an
Pathfinder.
extra
I'm on the
thing.
Pathfinder thing, and it says, I mean, yeah, it's not something you'd have access to otherwise.
Mhm.
But it just says on command, simple golden crown projects a blast of searing light, which has a link, and then when you click on searing light, it says as a standard action, this is what this does.
Unless it's a like you click on Searing Light and it goes into the spell list, because what spells attached to items act differently, don't they?
See, and that's a nitty gritty enough rule that I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's like, for example, my Ring of Featherfall, if I'm falling after 10 feet, it automatically activates. And that's technically casting a spell of slow fall. So would that be a standard action to use it? Or is it just innate ability?
No, I think
Yeah.
Featherfall's an innate because of the nature of what it does, right? Like it only if you're not falling, it's obviously not doing anything, right? But this
Yeah,
is
mine
like
says it does say for the crown, or for mine, sorry. It says immediate action or at will.
For the
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah, and if
Not the
it
crown.
said
Yeah.
at will, I'd give it to him. But
Do you
I don't
have
see
it
it saying
attached
at
to your
will.
character, Tyler?
Yeah, have it on.
Okay, so then go to your character sheet and scroll down to right above your level 0 spells. And then it should tell you, crown of whatever, and then it says time. Or whatever that thing does. At least that's how it shows for me.
But his is a once per day, which is why I think once
Just
per day
says
is
on
very
command once per day.
I don't know what on command means. So the time says on command?
Well, it's not on my spell list. It's not a
Yeah,
spell.
yeah. It should be on your character sheet, right above your spell list with like the item name. That's how it shows up for me. Mine says Ring
No.
of Feather Falling, spell like ability,
Mine's in my
Feather Fall.
But
equipment.
general rule, unless otherwise noted, activating a magic item is a standard action.
Yeah, there you
Blanket
go.
rule.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
mine activates and it's noted. Does that make sense?
All right,
Why it's a spell like
so-
ability? I don't want to be a rule lawyer.
If I move away from these guys, they're close enough to all get attacks of opportunity.
That's a big 10-4, Texas-sized even.
Oh,
Unless
If
you're
I go
searing light
invisible
them.
first,
If you go invisible first, they would not be able to see you, and they could strike out with disadvantage at the location they watched you disappear in, I guess. But once you step away, they'll have no idea where you went. No. No, I think we've been playing. If you go invisible, you just get to walk away. So we'll continue to play that way.
I will go invisible.
Okay. He spends his standard action and a spell slot to go invisible. Whew.
See. No, I'm just kidding.
And I'm gonna run away.
Okay. Use your movement.
Because I
Run
think
away.
if I don't, there's nobody else really who's gonna be able to help me in time, and I'll
move
possibly
forward.
die.
Move forward. It's another stump.
Okay, I guess I'll move over here.
Cool. Sounds great. I love it.
That's good. All right, I guess then that's the end of my turn. After all that time.
Cool. Then Reed is up and Sigurd's on deck.
Okay, so since Reed is gonna go ahead and finish cresting the hill, get on his feet.
Yep.
He's gonna take a swipe at the big man in front of him.
He'll need to take a step forward, but he can do that. Yeah. You're taking a step at 07 or at Big Boy?
07.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then yeah, you can. Let me just scoot 07 slightly over. You can stand up here, and great. Take a shot.
Get him moved. All right. So primary to handed. Fuck. Does a 14 hit?
Not this guy. No.
Okay. Well, he's just the bed. I'm assuming that's his 2 actions: climbing up to the top and taking a swing.
Yeah,
So.
that'll do it.
Yeah,
well,
Reed's
resting. I mean, if he can move around a little bit if he wanted to just use movement.
He decides to move a step over to Kythar, so they can go. They can do that movie scene going back to back.
I love it. All right, sounds good. Then
And Reed's done.
that's it for Reed. Sigbert's up. Kythar's on deck. Sigbert's just had an orc swing at him and narrowly avoided disaster, and he's like hanging on the other side of the wall.
So I'm gonna pop to the other side of the wall,
Cool.
Pop, pop, pop.
and then I'm gonna take a swing at number 6.
You got it.
That would be a 19.
A 19 is gonna hit. Yeah, go roll the damage.
Nice. Tech that bitch.
That will be 6 damage.
6 damage on 06. Okay, great. And you cleave into him with your sword, longsword,
Yeah, my longsword.
and draw blood from this orc here. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that'll be it.
Kythar's up. Arthur's on deck.
So you already said Kythar made it to the top, right?
Kythar's
Is he-
on top.
was he already-
Kythar's got both his feet planted solidly up top.
Okay. He takes his free 5. Free 5. Enters rage.
Yep.
Let me switch over my rage. Okay. And with a shade-eating grin, he looks at the Archer 05 and takes a swing.
Cool. Archer currently has his short sword out. I think because he swung at you. No, he doesn't actually. He has his bow out. So go. Yeah. Take your attack. Take your attack.
Take attack. Okay.
Take an attack.
28.
20, it's gonna hit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh, mama. Okay.
Oh, boy.
14.
14. Wow, 14 damage.
Yeah.
Cool. This guy is officially in his bloodied state.
Kythar licks his lips, seeing the blood pour out of him.
Seeing the blood pour out of him. Yeah, for sure. All over your falchion.
All right. Yes. And Kythar ends his turn.
Arthur's up, and then it's baddies, and then we'll be done with that round of combat, and we'll evaluate for time.
Okay, Arthur's going to get behind the same stump as a task.
Okay, sounds good. So are you just dropping? Or are you like sliding down this rope?
Sliding.
Getting down, sliding down the rope. Okay, great. So that's basically a controlled drop.
Hands definitely warm.
Yeah. Does Arthur wear gloves?
Arthur typically wears like those gloves that are like they cover the palms, but then the fingers are still.
Yeah, so you got rug burn on your fingers pretty bad then, Arthur, for sure. 5, 10, 15, 20. You've moved 25 feet from where you are. What's your total movement?
Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. So that was one action.
So go ahead and move yourself 5 feet back. It did take you a little bit of movement to slide down the rope. If you had just dropped and taken your blunt damage, you would have gotten a little extra movement out of it. But because you slowed yourself down on purpose, keep in mind time is your limiting factor. So you slowed yourself
Okay,
down a little to
that was 30 without the free 5.
Okay, cool. There, yeah, I'm sorry. Then you're golden. Miscommunicating.
Okay.
Okay. Take a shot.
Taking a shot at the M1.
The M1, the one that's already got 2 arrows sticking out of it.
Yeah.
And the M2 just has a big crater in its head where Monzo knocked a chunk out of it.
Well, of course. We're at a whopping. Yeah, that's like a 12.
12 meets or exceeds these guys' AC. Roll your damage.
Unbelievable.
They're not.
Oh, sorry.
They're
That's a
not
D20.
real.
That's not it. Hang on.
They're not real strong. They're not real.
That'd be a 6.
Yeah, man. How do you want it to die?
Oh, I mean, you got Arthur. He slides into place, and then he pulls out his musket, takes aim, and then just goes for the body. So going for the lungs and heart.
Yeah, and you like. There's no organs. There's no organic matter. It's just like rock, sand, and debris that like fly out of it, and then the whole thing just like crumbles.
Woo! Okay, that's reloading.
Reloaded.
Which one dice?
On which one dies? The one that I put dead on and flipped upside down.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. All right, bad guy's turn. We're gonna 05 is just gonna take a regular swing at Kythar.
My AC is a little bit down because of rage. Let's see.
It
hits.
That's probably gonna hit. Yeah. 07's going to take a swing at probably Will, who just swung at him.
Great.
And I don't think these guys have multi. And then 06 is going to swing at Sigbert, who just swung at him. I'm sure the 8 does not hit, even with the modifier. I'm sure 2 does not hit, even with the modifier. And you guys hear like footsteps and hollering coming from inside the gatehouse as another orc bursts through the door. You guys can also hear some commotion coming from upstairs as well. Remind me what the DC is on your euphoric cloud, Tesk?
It is 15.
You hear some yelling coming from up top, and then the yelling stops. The big boy.
That's a big boy.
Oh God, what is he going to do? He is going to look down at Arthur and a Tesk at the bottom of the.
No,
of
can't
the
see
hill.
me.
Oh, I guess he can't see you. You're invisible. I'm sorry. He's gonna look down at Arthur and Simone at the bottom of the
Thanks,
bottom
Tyler.
of the hill, and he's and he's going
Appreciate that, man.
and he's gonna
I'm just a
begin
rule lawyer.
like casting a spell. And I need both of you guys
I'm
to
in
make.
cover. I'm in cover.
You guys both need to make me a fort save.
Or okay.
Thanks. Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I try to bring joy wherever I go.
No, that's not good.
It's a fortitude?
Yes.
Oh, for goodness sakes. 12. Come on.
8.
The
Thanks, Tyler.
The ground underneath you guys basically turns into quicksand. And you guys like begin the process of sinking into it. And as you struggle against it, you find yourself basically restrained here. You look at the stumps next to you and you figure that you can use quite a bit of energy, your standard action, to free yourselves from this pit, but it's going to take a significant amount of work for you guys to do so.
Gotcha.
You
Why
guys,
they get
you guys
from
are
the
basically
wall?
restrained, grappled here, and it'll take you an action to get yourself loose. But you can, your arms are still free, so you can still do your spells, do your attacks, do your whatever. Great. The orc is then going to turn to the orc which like has just come to the top, snatch something off of his belt, and chuck it backwards over his shoulder, like back over the wall. And then that's it for the
Okay.
bad guys. We're back at the
Wait.
top.
Wait, hold on. You hit my AC, but you never told me what damage I took.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I never rolled damage. You are correct. Thank you for keeping me honest. I've got.
Fuck.
Hey,
No,
we
come
have
on, man. I
homework.
got a lot to track
Teacher,
here.
we have homework.
I got a lot to track here. It's 6 damage.
Okay.
It's
Fair
6
enough.
damage. I really appreciate you guys being honest. You got to earn it, guys. Don't win because I'm bad at keeping track of things. Win because you earned it. So we're back at the top. It's 9:30. How are we doing?
I'm probably gonna call it.
I'm
I
calling
would
it.
call it.
There you go.
Okay, then
Better
we
this,
will
better
go ahead and pick this up next time around with you guys finishing the process of besieging the gatehouse, and you guys will see what lies behind it next week.
Cool. If we survive it.
If you survive it. So I'm sure some of you will find out what's behind the gate.
Huh.
You're on your own, Anthony.
Oh wow, thanks.
Thanks,
No problem.
thanks for playing, guys. I will catch you next week. I'm sure I'll catch you before then for some raft. I'll see you later. Thanks for
See you
playing.
Hey, we'll see you.
Later.
Now, y'all.
All right, that was a lot of fun. I haven't run D&D in a little while. It's been a lot of combat lately. These guys are trying to just like brute force their way through, which I can definitely appreciate. It may seem from their perspective like they do not have many options. I was personally curious if they were going to read. They were so close. They were talking like, Arthur asked if they had rope, and I was like, oh, they're gonna get there, because yeah, they're sheer cliffs, but you know, you could try to climb them. You could try to scale them. You could try to like sneak past by climbing. And I thought they were gonna get there, and they didn't quite. And he went, Siege, let's go over. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, that's fair. Um, so, it's cool. It's fine. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. With just me, myself, and I to keep me company, I think we're done. I think we're done for the night. No raid, no nothing like that. But I appreciate you guys being here, and we should be playing again on Friday. And then I'm doing an in-person game on Saturday, which we're not going to stream. But we should be back to our regular groove of Wednesday and Friday games, maybe with one exception in there, depending on holiday plans and things. So until then, I will catch you guys all later. Enjoy yourselves.